a little door. So it has two clips here. You can pull open. It's quite tough at the moment, but you can do it. You don't need to get behind. The only time you need to get behind it if the oven doesn't get clean. Right? Build up the carbon behind there. But if you clean it every day, you'll never need to get behind it. All right? This two-door glass door panel here, if this breaks and shatters, you can't use the oven. If this does, you could use the oven, but my advice, ring up, get it done as soon as possible. If you do use it, this is the important part, it needs to be hot. Alright? You will scald yourself if you do use it. So just bear in mind. I mean, you don't have to stop the function. So if you're broken, continue on, but just be careful. Down here, drain, works its way through the hole, down the drain, into there. Alright, now if this does build up water coming out here, just get a skewer, put it up through, or maybe a bit of junk in there. This tray can come out, just keep it clean and away you go. Just sort of things that people say, oh, it's leaking from here, it's leaking from here. And what it is, it's basically locked, just needs a bit of a clean. So these sort of things aren't covered under warranty. If they come out, you'll be charged. Alright?
So what's the purpose of that drawer slide on the shelf?
That?
Is that slide out?
Oh no, this one will just pop out if you want to clean it.
Oh, okay.
Alright? That works its way, connects up to that drain there. Alright? I've just seen people, saying, oh, it's water's coming out. It's basically blocked because of fats and all that sort of. They don't clean it that often. So these are the things that do it. Yeah, it's just. But if you keep it clean all the time, you never have that issue. But there's people out there, I don't know how. All right, so slide it back up, wind it up, drag it across, drop it on top, and away you go. This there, back there, is the wash arm. Nothing comes out of it. It doesn't inject any water while you're cooking. That's purely for chemicals, for cleaning. All right. Water in that behind here. This is where it has a little tube where it shoots that steam in. All right. Okay. It's a good understanding of that. No problem. As Chris pointed out before, just remember which one you put it in. Blue is rinse. Rinse is generic. The red is the caustic. You've got to be careful. What's your chemical supply? You got that?
Haven't got one yet.
Haven't got one yet? So when it comes to the chemical side of it, just tell them to contact us and make sure they use the right chemical, because if they do use the wrong chemical, like they might say oven and grill cleaner, that's where the caustics are way too high. But what tends to happen, probably about a year's time, all your pumps will be corroded, all your plastics will be sort of deteriorating. The seals will go, the first thing will go, seals are in the lights. These are the things that tend to happen. It won't happen instantly, but probably in a year's time, bang, it still starts to fall apart. This is where Combi ovens, get their last days. So
you use one oven cleaner, not grill cleaner?
Yeah, it's the caustic level. It's got to be a certain level, no more than 10%. Now, you should get a safety data sheet, just note it down at 10%, no higher. Go lower, of course, but 10% is the sort of the maximum. All right. Okay, so we'll start on here. On off. This one here is for two-stage cooking, so I can steam, then go automatically into dry bake. I'll come back and explain that a little bit more once we know about this. To start a cycle, this is your start-stop button. To start it, it's one touch. All right. To stop it, you've got to hold it down for 2 seconds. 1, 2. All right. Something else I'll talk about it. So this down here is where you got steam, 100% steam, combination of steam heat and dry heat. So this is where you do fish and vegetables. This one here, dry bake, is actually used for baking. You can use it for like chicken, some beef, pork. The red one is for red meats, as I would say, dry bake. Now on steam, if I start the cycle, what you're seeing down here is preheating, and the oven's preheating. Alright? When it's preheating under the board with steam, it's basically bringing that boiler tank up to 100 degrees, so it can shoot that steam into the chamber. So that's what that's indicating. Preheating, the temperature is meaning basically it's coming up to 100 degrees. So it's preheating. So when you read a recipe book, what's the first thing it says? Preheat up. So that's the thing for you. All right. So now it's told me the boiler tank's up. All right. This is where you choose your time. All right. But I'm still coming back up here. Now, if I want to skip this preheat, if I'm like it's close enough, I'm not going to come back. I've got the vegetables ready. I can throw it in now. I'm not too concerned about the temperature. To skip it, you touch that button up there. When it stops flashing, it means it's in the cycle. Right? The temperature of the oven is 30. It's creeping up now to that. That's what our target is. That's what it is. Now to stop it, 1, 2. To start it, 1 touch. Right, it's preheating. Don't need it, close enough. When it's flashing off and on, from a distance, you think, what's going on over here? The lights might be all on, but if this is flashing, it means it's preheating. To remove the preheat, touch it again. The preheat's gone. The light is on full. It's into its cycle. As I said, there's something wrong with it. Don't worry, this is not normal.
It shouldn't look like it.
It should. It's too much water. Going a bit out of control.
That's not steam.
Saturated. So that's 100 degrees. That's its target. That's what it's aiming for. All right. Now the next one here, combination steam and heat. If I touch it once, nothing happens. Hold my finger on it. 1, 2. It'll move across. Now we've got combination steam and heat. Right? So it's 50-50. I want to go to another one. Hold my finger on it. 1, 2. It'll move across. I want to dry heat now. Alright? Target 100 degrees. But if I stop the cycle, 1, 2, for me to change over, it's only 1 touch. Alright? It's only 1 touch and I'm in it. But when you're in a cycle, it's not 1 touch, you have to hold it. 1, 2. 1, 2. With this is a 2-second rule, there's a 1-second rule. Okay, so let's go back to steaming. I'll stop it. I'll talk about steaming. What can I do with steam? There's a lot of things, it's just not steaming vegetables. 100 degrees is at default, because normally everyone uses it, it's steaming hot products. But what you can do with that, guys, you know the pre-caramels or pre-brulos that you do have, that you had in the past. The traditional way of doing this is what you have the oven on probably about 100 degrees and you put it in a water bath, you fall over the top and you bake it in the oven. Right? With that, in this case here, you don't need the water bath, you don't need no more water. You just put it on 80 degrees, throw them in there and away you go.
Very excited.
No, you can't come down here at lunch.
So simple things like that. Now, you've got you can go as low as 25, as high as 130 on your steam cycle, right? So other things that you can do on here is, for example, if you had chicken in a cryovac bag, it's what they call a sous vide. So you choose your temperature that you want it to be. You can turn around and say, well, the chicken at 80 degrees, I'm quite happy with that. Throw your bags in there, cook it, and away you go. So you can cook the product in the bag.
So while that thermometer's lit up, you can change the temperature.
Yes, you can change it. By changing the temperature, get it flashing, move the dial. Alright. Now, dry bake. At default, 160, but it can go as high as 250. As low as 25. Right? Something that is quite surprising to people is that if I do steam bake, and I put it about to 230 degrees. I can do you a toasted cheese and tomato sandwich in that oven in 5 minutes. So we'll toast it, we'll have it moist, as well as the filling will be, the cheese will be melted and the tomato will be nice. So that sort of thing gives you a bit of understanding of thinking, okay, hang on, you've done it in 5 minutes, a toasted sandwich. The aged care facilities I love it because they're like, oh geez, instead of doing it on the toast, it was all just loaded up, took it in one shot.
You wouldn't think if there's moisture in there that it would toast. I don't
And
understand.
that's exactly it. And that's something that sort of, the penny drops for a lot of people. Thinking, well, hang on. But when they open it up and they did it, well, it's not as much as that, but it's enough moisture to make it moist,
Yeah.
but not soggy. It's crusty, nice and crusty. So you've got to try it to see it and believe it.
Yeah.
And when people see it, they go, wow, I expected that. What you're saying is going to be, wasn't it going to be really soft and soggy? No. If I did have that temperature down to 100, it would.
It would be soggy.
It will be soggy then. Alright? So when you crank that temperature up, that's the big difference. Alright? So even when it comes down to Osborne muffins, sponges and cakes, we have another model that is more expensive but knows a lot more what's going on, detects humidity. And this is how I know of it, is by playing with that other model, thinking, okay, I'll throw one muffin in, how much humidity is in there? Probably about 2-3%. Then if I do the same temperature, same everything, I'm only just purely using dry heat, I'm not adding no humidity. And if I fill that up with sponges or with muffins, the humidity levels will go up to increase up to about 90%. And I'm thinking the same thing, I'm thinking, hang on, is this all going to be soggy or is it wet in there? You don't see nothing, it's all dry, it looks dry, but once you open up the door, you get this woof of steam in your face and you think, oh geez, that's all humidity. And that's what it detects, this other model. So for me, I thought to myself, okay, I'll play the game. Well, in this case here, all you would do is put it on that and put one muffin and see what comes out. Nice, light, fluffy, a muffin. All right? So that's the differences of understanding what humidity does. Humidity does play a big part with your cooking. Because sometimes chefs do it and they say, oh hang on, today it's like this and the next day it was like that. Well, there's no difference with a mix, but it's what you put inside it plays another part. So, cakes, cookies and biscuits, I go for that. Right? Chickens and all that sort of thing, I go on that. Straight dry heat, that can go up as high as 300 if need be, but I don't think I'll ever get that high. The highest that I've ever cooked something in there would be 250. Now 250 I would use for pizzas. You can probably go to 300 if you want, because those ovens, those pizza ovens go up to 400 degrees. So when they throw those in those big wood fire ovens, that's the temperature they get up to. So you can do that into this oven, but 250 is more than enough. That'll do a pizza within 7 minutes. Alright, so in, out, and away she goes. Alright, so we've got a good understanding of what we can do with these functions up here. Coming down, as I pointed out, get it flashing, that's my target, that's what it is. Alright. Down here, little icon here, indicates the door's open, the door's closed. This, you do not want that to light up. We're here in South Australia, okay, you've got a fairly good water filter there, but keep an eye on it because your water is, you know.
That's actually, I'll jump in there, it's actually set up wrong. You've got an RO system up on there.
Oh, we have?
You've got an RO on there, and then you've got a secondary filter. You don't need that secondary filter on. So I don't know who, the plumber or whoever's put it on, that needs taking off because it's wired up wrong, and that's probably what's causing that. There's definitely an RO system up there.
Yeah, there is. So you don't need that. So the RO should do it. Yeah, you've got a water, that's a water, BWT, it's a water filtering system. So I don't know, they need to come back, we need to have a look at it, we'll do that again.
Where's your RO feed direct into the tap?
I don't know.
I'm just, while you were talking, all I can see is the main coming in, and the RO doesn't look like it's connected unless they've connected the RO to the main water supply running through.
I'll get the
But
building.
it definitely doesn't need that filter on. That's that'll make it too pure and it'll actually corrode. So you've got your RO on there, and you change your filters on your RO. That isn't needed.
Just looking at Q.
Yeah, right.
What's that good for?
Reverse osmosis.
Okay.
But that RO, is that ours or theirs?